As a young aspiring actress in 1978 New York City, I never knew what the city might throw at me. And one day, after being up before dawn and attending an open call, I dealt with my sexist bosses, a brutal dance class, and a creepy subway stalker. Stay tuned. As I step outside into the glorious, sunny New York day, the line for Woody Allen's open call is now snaking around the block. But I got up before dawn, missed the crowds, and I'm done. Meet Woody Allen. Check that off my to-do list. Next activity, my job. I'm at work by 9:30. Because I can type 90 words a minute, thanks to my 8th grade typing class, I snagged a long-term assignment as an executive secretary with the advertising giant Darcy Macius McManus. I have my own desk, 3 bosses, and an IBM Selectric. I refer to my bosses, not to their faces, but behind their backs, as the 3 little pigs. And it's not because one of my boss's biggest clients is a bacon account and he farts all day in his office, or because one of them gets drunk at lunch and makes annoying advances at me, or because one of them is round and pink. No, it's because all day long they oink and squeal and root around my desk, vying for my typing attention. The pink little piggy says, "Jill, I need this report immediately." The gassy little piggy demands, "My report is top priority." The inebriated little piggy from London with his fancy accent, "Do you have any idea when you'll be able to get to my report? And could we catch a drink later?" This goes on all day. Exasperated, I say, "Look, guys, back off. I'm a temp. I type. You guys fight amongst yourselves. Prioritize. I'll type your reports in whatever order you tell me to. And I'm not typing during my lunch break or staying late again tonight. I have a dance class." All day long, I finesse, cajole, and placate them. And when they ask me to get them coffee, I refuse. I want to say, have you creatives ever heard of women's lib? Get your own coffee. But instead, I smile and say, "I'm sorry. Are your arms broken? Are your legs broken?" One day, after lunch, my British boss arrives back at the office, 3 sheets to the wind, as usual, makes some stupid sexist remark to me as he passes my desk. "Don't forget our drink," heads down the hall, and like a Neanderthal, he picks a secretary up and tosses her over his shoulder like a caveman, falls backwards, snaps his leg in two, and is ushered to the hospital. Now he's laid up in his office with his thigh-high cast propped up on his desk, begging me, "Jill, please, come here, please. I need coffee, please." I'm so mad at him. I say, "I'm sorry. Are your arms broken? Are your legs?" "Oh, yeah, they are." "Sorry, I'm busy." These white, entitled little chauvinist pigs drive me nuts. I just want to do my job. I don't need this. But I need the job. It's 6:30. Okay, 8 hours at job. Check that off my list. I managed to escape down the elevators without getting waylaid by one of the 3 little pigs and head across town to my jazz class at the Phil Black Dance Studio. Once I leave the high pressure, high rent, and high rises of the East Side, the streets morph into another universe altogether. 6 long crosstown blocks later, I hit the grit, grime, and neon lights of Broadway. These days, Times Square looks like Disneyland on acid. Back then, drugs are everywhere, and people openly smoke grass. I pass a guy trying to entice me. "Loose joints, loose joints." I step over crack vials, cigarette butts, and nod to the prostitutes hanging out in the entranceway to the building of my dance class. It's right upstairs from a peep show. This is a grueling 90-minute jazz class, and as always, it's packed. Phil Black, our instructor, starts the class yelling, "I want all the advanced students up front now. If any of these newbies get in your way, kick them. They'll move." He spends the entire 90 minutes screaming and cursing at us, proclaiming, "I'll have you on Broadway in 6 months." Well, I don't have 6 months. My 6 months are up. Okay, class over, check that off. After class, the closet-sized dressing room is filled to overflowing with naked, sweaty women trying to change. I don't have time or patience for this. I grab my white trench coat, dance bag, and head out. I feel relief as I step out into the cool night air. A man steps out of the shadows and falls in behind me. I descend the subway stairs. He's right behind me. I'm feeling a major creep vibe from this guy. Is he following me? Jill, stop it. You're overreacting. I put a token into the subway turnstile. Oh, back then we used round metal tokens. I put my token into the subway turnstile. The man, still behind me, puts his token into the slot as well. There are a few people waiting on the platform, and I casually mosey down closer to the front of the train and stand near a few harmless-looking, nerdy business types. The man follows. I wait. He waits. I feel my face flush. I'm starting to get nervous. Don't be silly. You're imagining it. I harden my eyes and set my jaw with a don't mess with me expression. I straighten my posture and stand like a soldier at attention, making my 5'8" 3/4 frame appear to be 6 feet in my T-strap heels. Jill, you're being paranoid. Breathe. I replace my dirty, hairy persona with the New York poker face. This way, he can't read my emotions or what I'm thinking. I am the observer. I observe, unattached and unaffected by my surroundings. On heightened alert, I cover my ears as the number 1 uptown train screeches into the station like a banshee arriving at the gates of hell. I step inside the graffiti-laden car. He steps inside the car behind me. I sit, he sits next to me. Now what? We ride in silence as the train travels to 59th Street. Then it dawns on me. This guy thinks I'm one of the peep show girls. I gather my courage, turn to him. Sir, I'm not a showgirl. I take jazz class at the Phil Black Dance Studio. He's startled. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. So sorry. And he's muttering and looking down at his pristine white Arthur Ashe sneakers. I get out at the 72nd Street stop, ascend the steep, narrow stairs to the street. Above ground, I turn to make sure he hasn't followed me. He hasn't. I breathe a deep sigh of relief. Right there by the infamous Needle Park. Sexual assault averted. Check. Needle Park was made famous in the 1971 film The Panic in Needle Park, starring Al Pacino, about a group of heroin addicts who hang out there. There don't appear to be any junkies there now. I took this picture yesterday. This is what the park looks like today. I glance across the street at the majestic Ansonia. You'd never suspect the notorious sex club Plato's Retreat is located in the basement. And right about now, the famous and not so famous are discoing the night away at Studio 54. Not me. I don't partake in drugs, nightlife, or debauchery. I'm living like a nun in a convent, and right about now, Henry's packing. Back in my apartment, I shower. And since Dinah's moved out, I crawl into the twin bed. It's 10:30 p.m. Incredible. This has only been one day. It feels like 2. As tired as I am, I can barely contain my excitement. I am overjoyed at my good fortune. I'm in New York City, and as crazy, wild, fast-paced, and unpredictable as the city is, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. My place is here, among the skyscrapers and the ruins. I'm home. I close my eyes, mull over tomorrow's schedule. No auditions. Oh, I'll drop off my new photo and resume to a couple of casting offices during my lunch break. I'm jolted back to reality when I remember, only 2 days till Henry arrives. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks to all my subscribers. I am so grateful. Be sure to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave your comments below. And Henry's going to be the next video because a lot of people have been asking about Henry. So, okay. Also, I've been receiving lots of questions, which is great. I'm going to do a separate video to answer them. And I think that's it. That's it for now. Yeah, so I'll see you next week. Take care.